A very popular topic in financial news is this concept of what they're calling the great wealth transfer, where wealthy families are going to be transferring trillions of dollars from one generation to the next over the next 20 years as people pass away. And a lot of patriarchs and matriarchs of wealthy families are asking themselves, what does this mean for me and my family, and how can I benefit from it? I don't normally like to put a negative spin on these types of videos, but I think it's a motivating factor to know what it will mean for your family if you don't properly plan for this great wealth transfer. One really important thing for wealthy families to look at is their estate plan and tax plan. By being proactive and carving assets out of your estate now, you may be able to pass along your assets to your spouse or your children before you die and ultimately allow them to keep a lot more of your estate rather than giving it to the federal government. For those families that don't properly plan, they may be giving a lot of money to the federal and state government. And for those that want to plan for the next 4 or 5 generations, they may be doing themselves and their families a disservice by not properly planning. I think a second thing that goes along with estate planning is the ability to put restrictions and control around how your family can use that wealth. It's great to be able to lay out what your expectations are for a surviving spouse or your children. And by being proactive and putting language into trust that can restrict some of the flow of those assets over a period of time, you can ensure that that money is going to last generations. If you're a family that's very charitably inclined and part of your legacy is your charitable giving, by not being proactive and planning ahead for after your death, that charitable giving and legacy may die with you. By being very proactive now and putting together more complex trusts or foundations and setting up successor trustees to step into your shoes and continue that legacy of charitable giving, you can really ensure that your legacy is going to live on into the next generation or 5 generations. So you may want to keep these things in mind as you're approaching this great wealth transfer and you want to engage with your attorney, accountant, and advisor to make sure that you're doing all the proper planning necessary to ensure that your money does last several generations.